is a wiki of news center. Sitting next to her is probably a face you have not seen her on this part before. Joining us for the first time, Christian Ogono is the bureau chief, Abuja bureau chief. News. Christian, you have a long one. Yeah, thank you very much, and nice. With His Excellency, just a little correction there. I'm the managing editor of Arise News. Okay. Thank you. My apologies. All right. And of course, on the other side is Mark Oguyusuf. Mark Oguyusuf is of Channel. Television.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Honorable Minister.
Next to TV studios. And of course, bringing on to here is Chijoke Okako, is of ADBN. Chijoke, good to see you too. Good morning, just a few minutes ago of the passing of the head of science of the FCT. And I'm sure if you have received that news before now, you probably will be here. First on behalf of us, we offer accommodations to you personally and to the FCT administration. But I'm sure you would like to have some comments on that. You are flagging us some new projects. Would you like to start with that and what do these projects actually bring on board for the people of the FCT? Not just only football, not just athletics, even indoor games, lawn sport activities. That were partnered with a private company. They are going to fund like this. Like you too, should be good and try to take part, like serving herself, In fact, like this, my head of service, that nobody knows. I mean, it's sometimes we don't pay attention to some of this. So nobody will blame all that we're all concentrating for the courts because if you see where the investing courts are, where they are sharing is so discouraging. And so we decided that we have to provide a more confident so when that of the mindset court have to do with 3 districts as required by the children of the FCT I consider with them tomorrow and then Wednesday we'll go back to road which is very cheap to open up our city. Of course, it's a satellite in Abuja municipality.
I think it's fair to commend when things are done right. In the last media chat, I wasn't here, but I watched it and I observed your reaction when comments were made that it seems you were doing more of a road project. This time around, it seems there's a clear sort of shift. So I think it's worth commending that you've done what you said you would do, you listened, and all that. But there's shanties in the past 1 month. If there is any plans to maybe relocate those people?
Security.
The activities of those people. But then there are people who are also They maybe cannot afford their rent for. The reason these people do this is probably because they're poor, they have
security for citizens has country.
Excellency, I think there are two separate things. There is those who are criminals, who do not want to, who are setting up shanties in obscure places. Say, for instance, the hills of Buzape, you will find that there are people who are living in the hills, using the tarpaulin and what have you. And sometimes there's a lot of suspicion around the activities of those people. But then there are people who are also poor, who have nowhere else to go, who have been kicked out. Maybe cannot afford their rent, for instance. So I think the question should be, can we separate what exactly is the plan of the FCT for those people who could be vulnerable as a result of economic shocks and perhaps have nowhere to go and as such announced in the
come up with a companies idea that government should build houses for everybody. What's wrong with that? You know you cannot survive it. Okay, so the vulnerable. You must have the poor.
So can we narrow it down?
We are provided a market, say for example, right? You see, people will not go to market to sell, right? They prefer to come out. And then you tell all of the poverty. There's the market. Free to go and sell. You should not be able to use the market. You want to come outside. As I'm coming now from my house, look at people holding this the drainage. That is poverty. And the way that I chase them out, you guys look, these are people who have never learned to buy and sell. It's not correct. Who can show me? You are being allowed to stay there and sell. But how do you make that? You block the drainage system. That also fraud. I mean, we should not be raising the high. That is kinds of poverty. And people are doing what is wrong. In other countries, they build shelters for people that are sick. Of which you know. Don't just say, oh, no, let's go ahead and do it the way we want to do it. No. So I believe that our next Because of the bad road. It happens. Even that even tries to read a criminal like to when the roads are bad. And so people must understand that and focus on road. Just because it is the key for determined every sector. You see, we must tell ourselves the truth. Every sector everything should be 100%. And it is not possible. And this, that. So each time you come up with, I'm not saying that some of these things are not being achievable immediately. I must understand that. And without any writing to government, there we should not. said, how do I provide? How do I provide it? How do I provide that this has been done. And these are not things that this communication and this ability to want to discuss with you, see what to do, say what to do. When I was governor, I just said, look, all of them entitled to vehicles. I said, how do I provide this? How do I provide it? How do I provide it for over 2,000 $1,000? How do I do it? I said, this is the entitlement. Okay, I should be more considerate. How do you provide it? It's okay. I'll take 50 now, or I'll take 100. They said no, 500. How do you provide it? Realistic.
I think the leader, somehow leaders will figure it out.
But it should be realistic too. It should be realistic. The take for example,
It's more than 10 billion naira a month.
It is 12 point something billion naira a month. Salary. Yeah, that's all. And for over 47,000 workers, how do you have 47,000 workers in the city? That's for sake. And then you now come to say, okay, I have to verify. Oh, no more coming. The way strike. You want to start some workers. This is about that. Idea. I'm sure we'll have time to come back to FCT issues, but let's do things differently this particular legal chart. Let's go to politics. Obviously, so because just yesterday the results of the local elections that were conducted on Saturday were to the best that we cannot condemn selection. The court gave judgment saying yes, you are right. It was in the legal houses where they are showing that this man is corrupt. He took money. He did this. He did that.
But it's not without controversy. The screening of the National Assembly, but let's just yes. Of the chairman this country. Nigeria
So you get very popular today. Well,
Yes.
was for PDP.
Well, you would be, you would. You take is in support of the APC. What Now that you delivered from local government in this election and you delivered it to the APC.
State over the weekend on Saturday is what we are going to see in 2027. That is my question.
You should know that every election has its own perspective. Look at it. You should know what's happening. Are people happy with what is happening in PDP? Have parties who are participating. It's not for you to educate the parties that are contesting this election. What are their candidates' names in the various local governments? It's not every party that can say we see candidates in London or in Port Harcourt or in so you need to start to read where you want to see candidates.
Said you will work to return, just like he said, President Tinubu has to
because we wanted to retain your position in PDP. Was for PDP. Yes. People who are very
Excellency, by some wiki. local government elections which just concluded in River State. So you did have a question before we went to break.
Honorable Minister, the local government elections, they've come and gone, victors announced. But some national political figures like former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Peter B, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the last elections, are full of criticisms, of the election, like Atiku calling it an awful absurdity and a travesty to the very notion of electoral democracy. For Peter Obi, he described it as
me.
concerning the landslide victory of APC in the just concluded local government polls. You had mentioned that the People's Democratic Party did not feel the candidate in all the local government councils. However, we were also, the last time we were talking about the collaboration between the APC and the PDP in order to foster peace and stability in the state even in electioneering periods. Is this collaboration a deliberate step, or was it the reason why PDP decided not to field candidates in certain local government areas in River State in the last time? I was saying collaboration. No, you said first of all, let me bring you antecedent. Before you said that PDP contested they not considering that there was the to say this or that. That is your own assumption.
I want to tell you, whether you like it, you don't like it. The truth is that as it stands today, it's a very compressed with for ex-president Jonathan to run, or Peter Obi return to the party. What is your position here? I think I want to ask you. My police, Ministerial create. Fight and fight in there. You know, so how do you Action Congress. 2011 you came back around for the people to take of PDP. 2014 you left PDP and went to APC and went to provincial ticket. 2017 you came back and you came to the leader of PDP 2013 and you came to the leader of PDP 2023. Now again you have left to NDC to seek for provincial ticket. Is there any prescription of drug? Okay, if I need to play, I say I'm a principal. It's not a coalition now. So a coalition. When CPC and ACM This is not possible. People are just, you see, people are accusing homicide. I was watching. Telling me the election behind the point that you don't accuse them. There's someone election. You really want to have the best election in this country. Has come out to say this thing. Apart from Jonathan, who came out and said, I concede with this. Mention one person. But as I read the election in this country, I agree that the great one is the will of the people. Mention. You see, all these things that is a game. I've tried my best. You said
because, you know, we're here because the Constitution supports our role in the democracy.
Also misunderstanding. The leader should not get criticism. You cannot say you have the right to criticize. We don't have a right to say this is not only that this is this and this is not right. Okay, whether you accept it or not, district hospitals carries one. Utako is abandoned for almost 20 years and you have miscreants living in there. They carry one concession, the concession has expired. What are you looking as they get relaxed? Discuss about you said it's been resolved. Yes, it's been resolved. For the DPP.
It's been my pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
It's been really wonderful. I mean, hearing your views politically in terms of the leadership in the FCC. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, it's been a pleasure. I still have questions for next time.
Hello, welcome back from the live chat with the FCT Minister. Our top stories. President Tinubu, Governors Sheyi Makinde, Monday Okpebolo, IG of Police mourns the passing of Nigeria's 18th indigenous IGP, Dr. Solomon Arase. Federal government unveils future-ready curriculum for basic senior secondary technical education. Abuja Municipal Area Council impeaches its speaker. You're watching ASO Briefing. You can watch us live on DSTV channel 392, StarTimes TV channel 127, Free TV channel 507, UHF band on channel 38. We go ahead with details of all our stories. Former Inspector General of Police Solomon Arase has died. He served as Nigeria's 18th Inspector General of Police and passed away at Cedar Crest Hospital in Abuja. The deceased was later appointed chairman of the Police Service Commission before becoming IGP. He headed the first Criminal Intelligence and Investigation Bureau, the police first top intelligence unit. Born on June 21, 1956 in Owan West local government area of Edo State, he studied political science at Ahmadu Bello University, graduating in 1980 and joined the Nigerian Police Force December 1, 1981. He later earned a law degree from University of Benin and a master's degree from the University of Lagos. Arase retired from the force on June 21, 2016 upon reaching the statutory retirement age in January 2023. He was appointed Chairman Police Service Commission by the then President Muhammadu Buhari, a position he held until June 2024. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu, Governors Monday Okpebolo, Sheyi Makinde of Oyo State, and Inspector General of Police Kayode Ebetokun mourned the passing of Nigeria's 18th indigenous IGP. The former IGP's family, through his son Solomon Arase Jr., confirmed in a statement that he died early yesterday. He was 69. The late IGP family said he passed on at 9 a.m. on Sunday, August 31st at the Cedar Crest Hospital after a brief illness. The family seeks the understanding and prayers of friends, associates, and well-wishers at this difficult moment as they make necessary arrangements for his obsequies, which will be announced in due course. The president described him as a highly resourceful officer whose legacy of reforms left an enduring impact on the nation's policing system. Late IGP RSA served the police force meritoriously from 1981 to 2016. During his career, he led tactical operation intelligence units including United Nations peacekeeping in Namibia, the Commissioner of Police in Akwa Ibom, and the principal staff officers of 3 IGPs. Sadly, the head of FCT Civil Service, Mrs. Grace Adailu, has passed on to glory. The Senior Special Assistant to the FCT Minister on Public Communication and Social Media, Lere Olayinka, confirmed her death to journalists Monday morning. He said she reportedly slumped and passed out early this morning. Mrs. Adailu, an indigene of Abuja and incidentally the first person ever to occupy the position of the FCT administration, attended a church service on Sunday and even made some donations to the congregation. May her soul rest in peace. Meanwhile, the chairman of Abaji Area Council, Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi, has expressed his heartfelt condolences to the Federal Capital Territory Administration and the entire family of the late Mrs. Grace Adailu, the head of Civil Service, FCT, who passed away. In a statement issued by the chairman, Chief Press Secretary Abu Mohammed, Alhaji Abdullahi described her death as a great and painful loss to her family, the FCT, and the nation at large. He noted that Mrs. Adailu, the first female indigenous head of service of the FCT, was an outstanding administrator who dedicated her life to public service with diligence and integrity. The Abaji chairman prayed for the repose of her soul and asked God Almighty to comfort her family, colleagues, and the people of FCT, granting them the strength to bear the loss. He described her demise as a monumental loss to the FCT and Nigeria, saying that her achievements will remain a source of inspiration for generations to come. The federal government has completed a comprehensive review of curricula across basic, senior secondary, and technical education, aimed at reducing overload and enhancing quality learning outcomes. Announcing the development on behalf of the Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa, the Minister of State for Education, Professor Sueba Ahmad, said the review was conducted in collaboration with Nigerian Education Research and Development Council, UBEC, NSEC, NBTE, and other key stakeholders. She explained that the new framework balances subject offerings with deeper, more practical learning. At the primary level, pupils in primary 1 to 3 will offer 9 to 10 subjects, while those in primary 4 to 6 will take 10 to 12. For junior secondary school, the range is 12 to 14 subjects. Senior secondary students will take 8 to 9, and technical schools will offer 9 to 11 subjects. Professor Ahmad stressed that the revised curricula are designed to reduce content overload, allow more time for learning, and ensure that education remains relevant to the realities of today's world. The ministry commended stakeholders for their commitment and assured that the new curricula will be implemented with strict monitoring to guarantee effective adoption and a smooth transition in schools nationwide. The Abaji Rural Area Development Association, ARADA, has endorsed Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi, Chairman, Abaji Area Council, and sole candidate of the All Progressive Congress for a second term in office. The endorsement ceremony, which took place at Nuku community, was attended by hundreds of party members and women from the 7 wards of Arada. Correspondent Abdullahi Mukhtar completes the story.
The occasion was attended by hundreds of party men and women from the 7 wards of the Abaji Rural Area Development Association, ARADA, marking the first time in the history of Abaji Area Council that a rural area has endorsed a candidate for a second term in office. Speaking at the occasion, Chairman Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi described the day as the happiest day of his life, saying that the endorsement confirmed that people appreciate the effort of his APC-led administration. He thanked God for the success recorded so far and promised not to take the endorsement for granted.
Coming together as Arada to endorse me for my second time, I will not take it for granted, and I'm assuring you, I will never disappoint Arada.
The Abaji chairman highlighted some of his achievements across the 10 political wards of the council since assuming office 3 years ago.
Under this administration, we are able to drill 45 power solar boreholes across the 10 ward of Abaji Area Council. We are able to purchase more than 20 transformers across the 10 ward of Abaji Area Council.
Dr. Yahya Musa Muhammad, Pro-Chancellor of the newly approved Leadership University Abuja and former Chairman FCT Secondary School Education Board, and Comrade Abdullahi Suleiman Ango, FCT Mandate Secretary for Agriculture, also spoke at the occasion, praising Chairman Abubakar's leadership and capacity to lead without bias.
You listen to suggestions, and if you can see today, Abaji Area Council is one of the most peaceful area council in the Federal Capital Territory. So what else do you need? You need a leader who can give you peace. You need.
He has, brought the image of Abaji in national political discourse. He's a man of capacity, a man with authority, a fearless fighter, a man with social networks. The nexus permeate around every nooks and corners of the federations.
The endorsement ceremony was witnessed by invited guests, including former council chairmen, political appointees, and politicians. Hundreds of the campees from other political parties to the governing APC were also received at the occasion. Abdullahi Mukhtar, ASO Television News.
The Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC Legislative Council, has impeached its Speaker, Matthew Yari. Jankaro Ibrahim, councillor representing Kabusa Ward, has been elected as the new speaker, marking a significant shift in the council's leadership. The All Progressive Congress, which holds the majority in the council, drove the leadership change, displacing the People's Democratic Party. According to the council insiders, the impeachment motion garnered widespread support from APC councillors, paving the way for Ibrahim's emergence. This development signals a new era for the AMAC Legislative Council, with Ibrahim at the helm. We'll bring you details in our subsequent bulletin. And the Managing Director, Nigerian Railway Corporation, Dr. Kayode Opeifa, has publicly apologized for verbally assaulting NTA journalist and former award president, Comrade Ladi Bala, during a coverage of a train derailment along the Abuja-Kaduna corridor. The apology was delivered at a press conference organized by NUJ FCT Council in Abuja. Dr. Opeifa admitted his remarks were made under intense pressure during crisis management and were not intended to demean the press. In recognition of Bala's professionalism and resilience, Dr. Opeifa conferred on her the honorary title of Ambassador for the Media Advocacy. The NUJ FCT Council strongly condemned the incident, labeling the MD's conduct as a serious violation of press freedom. NUJ FCT Chairperson Comrade Grace Ike welcomed the apology and reaffirmed the Council's commitment to protecting journalists from intimidation and harassment. Dr. Opeifa detailed the derailment's impact, noting that 8 coaches and a locomotive were involved, with 618 passengers on board and 20 injured. Emergency protocols were promptly activated, involving agencies like NEMA, the Nigerian military, and state governments. Replacement coaches were deployed quickly and passenger tracing began within 45 minutes. He praised the swift response from emergency personnel and medical teams, highlighting that several passengers were rescued and treated promptly. The MD personally visited injured passengers and commended the resilience of NRC infrastructure, noting that some passengers were unaware of the crash due to the train's shock-absorbing capacities. Beyond the incident, Dr. Opeifa emphasized NRC's achievements, including the reactivation of the Jos Bukuru line, expansion of Lagos-Ibadan corridor, and plans to connect key ports to the rail network. He also announced the establishment of a customer service and relation department, which has already reached over 400 affected passengers. Reaffirming the NRC's commitment to transparency and collaboration, Dr. Opeifa stressed the importance of working closely with the media. He pledged to uphold press freedom and involve journalists as partners in Nigeria's railway development. Presidential aide Tunde Rahman commended the MD's humility, promises sustained cooperation between the presidency, the NRC, and the media. And when ASO Briefing returns, we bring you business and more story. Do join us after the break.
You were warned about this marriage. Because you did not listen, the young maiden is dead.
Nana, come here. Hi. Why do you speak so freely with a stranger from Ajam?
We were just talking about offering Ojigijag a seat on the council.
God be praised. Negodo is Elko Sisi. He has 2 wives. So why are you making it look like it is a big deal?
Welcome back. Moving on, the Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, has directed chief executives of agencies under the ministry to ensure full implementation of their 2025 performance contracts, underscoring that excellence and accountability must remain central to their operations. Speaking at the closing session of the Ministries of Interior Sectoral Performance Review Retreat in Niger State, Tunji Ojo emphasized that effective leadership hinges on building competent teams and fostering unity of purpose through the ministry. He further encouraged officers of the agencies to emulate the values of loyalty and integrity, stressing that character remains the ultimate determinant of performance in public service. While giving assurance that the Ministry of Interior will continue to deliver transformative policies in line with the Renew Hope agenda of President Tinubu, the minister urged all officers to see themselves as members of one family, working towards a common goal of national security, stability, and service delivery. The retreat provided a platform to review achievements, strengthen collaboration, and set new benchmark for the year ahead in the ministry and its agencies. The Federal Road Safety Corps has expressed deep sorrow over the death of Ms. Ruth Othabo, who was involved in a crash involving a Dangote truck and a commercial motorcycle on August 11, 2025 near Auchi Polytechnic, Edo State. In a statement, the Corps said while it has always ensured that the roads are safe for all to use, it is most regrettable that this crash had to occur, and despite all medical efforts, the female victim has now succumbed to injuries. FRC Corps Marshal Shehu Muhammad offered condolences to her family, the Auchi Polytechnic community, and the Students' Union, and praised for the repose of the soul of the deceased. Following the incident, FRSC says it took immediate action by engaging stakeholders, including the National Association of Nigerian Students, and intensified driver training and ratification efforts with fleet operations like Dangote and Bua. The Corps affirmed its commitment to safer roads through stronger enforcement, advocacy, and collaboration, emphasizing the need for collective responsibility in preventing future tragedies. Meanwhile, the Dangote Group had expressed great sadness over the passing of Ms. Ruth Othabo, who was injured in the recent road incident involving one of its trucks in Auchi, Edo State. The management of Dangote Group, in a statement, extended heartfelt condolences to her family, friends, and loved ones at the difficult time. It stated that since the incident, its officials and insurance partners have been by her side, covering all financial and medical costs and supporting her family. It further explained that arrangements had been made for her to be flown to India for advanced treatment pending medical clearance from her doctors. It says sadly, despite these efforts and Ruth's brave fight to live, she didn't make it. It assures that safety, accountability, and compassion remain at the core of its operations and remains committed to strengthening safety systems and supporting those affected in moments of tragedy, and pray God grant Ruth Othabo mercy and eternal rest. And on business, CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso has disclosed collaboration with his Brazilian counterpart to work towards strengthening financial cooperation and deepening economic ties between the two countries. In a press release by CBN, noted that the agreement was reached at the bilateral meeting between the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria and his Brazilian counterpart, Mr. Gabriel Morica Galipolo, during President Tinubu's visit to Brazil. The statement highlights that the engagement, which formed part of a broader working visit by CBN team to the Banco Central do Brasil, was also in addition to CODESO-led delegations' high-level discussions during a series of technical meetings with the Brazilian counterparts covering monetary policy, financial stability, and regulatory cooperation. Speaking, the CBN governor pointed the importance of deepening institutional ties and knowledge sharing between the two central banks, pointing to existing opportunities in payments, systems, fintech, and mobile money the two apex financial sectors regulators could explore for their mutual benefits. Mr. Cardoso added that Brazil's large Afro-Brazilian community, reputed to be the biggest population of African descent outside Africa, provides not only cultural linkage but also significant potential to expand remittance flow between the two countries. On his part, the Brazilian CBN governor, Mr. Galipolo, reiterated Brazil's interest in broadening collaboration, describing closer ties with Nigeria as beneficial to supporting financial stability and shared prosperity of the two countries. The CBN team during the discussions includes CBN directors overseeing currency operations, financial policy regulation, and monetary policy. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS Ministers of Justice, gathered in Banjul, the Gambia, to validate two crucial instruments of Community Court of Justice. The meeting, hosted by government of the Gambia under the auspices of ECOWAS Commission, follows a 4-day review of the draft harmonized protocol and arbitration rules by regional experts from August 29 to 30th. These instruments aim to strengthen the court's mandate, enhance access to justice, and promote regional integration. The validation of the harmonized protocol and arbitration rule is seen as a significant milestone in consolidating the court's rule in West Africa. The protocol integrates years of fragmented amendments into a single, comprehensive text, defining the court's composition, jurisdiction, procedures, and enforcement mechanisms. The arbitration rule will provide a regional mechanism for resolving commercial disputes, strengthening investor confidence, and supporting objectives of the African Continental Free Trade Area. This comes via a brief the ECOWAS Court communication phase to newsmen, affirming that once validated, the instrument will be submitted to the authority of heads of state and government for adoption, enhancing the cost effectiveness in safeguarding human rights, promoting the rule of law, and supporting economic integration across West Africa. And as China looks ahead, the big day on 3rd September 2025 for the celebration, several activities were held to begin a journey into the event. A visit to the museum and 2 press briefings were organized by the CIPCC and China officials to begin the victory. We join Annie for more.
The National Museum of China is a monumental institution showcasing the country's rich history and cultural heritage, located on the east side of Tiananmen Square. In the lead-up to the People's Republic of China's 80th anniversary of the resistance against Japanese aggression on September the 3rd, 2025, a visit to the National Museum of China shows a deep glimpse into the nation's historical journey.
I thought it was a great experience. I really liked how they archived and the wide amount of things that they had. I mean, they had everything from the uniforms to the original weaponry that they would have used. It's not something that you see often, at least in my country. So I think that was really good to capture the essence of it, and we felt like we were there, even though it was many years ago, seeing the actual thing. So I thought that was really
It was absolutely amazing, and I think all countries should maybe follow a model similar to what China has done here in this museum.
The museum's exhibit recounts the story of China's unwavering stand against Japanese invasion via artifacts, photographs, and personal stories of bravery and sacrifice. From the museum to the press center, where China's Deputy Foreign Minister and other officials briefed journalists on the procedures of the upcoming events.
So we should stick together through thick and thin and endeavor to build this planet of ours into a big and harmonious family, and turn the aspiration of people of all countries for a better life into reality.
As the world will converge in Beijing to celebrate China's big day, there is need to reflect on the lessons learned, the effects of war on nations, benefits of history preservation, its citizens and general development, and most of all, the global message. At the second media chat, President Xi Jinping looks beyond the pains and the effects of the past, believes in building a new frontier in promoting world peace with China being on the front line.
As the nation looks ahead of the 80th anniversary, the nation looks to strengthen international partnership and project an image of unity. From the Press Center, live in Beijing, Joy Annie, ASO Television News.
And that's ASO briefing for today. Many thanks for watching. I am Princess Sobra Usman. Good afternoon.